We will begin this morning's general session with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Brooks.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, as we do on a regular basis, we are going to this morning recognize our emerging leaders class from the Department of Job and Family Services, and for that I'm going to turn it over to in 1 second to our County Administrator Ken Wilson. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to recognize our emerging leaders we have here this morning. We have 7 excellent individuals here with us this morning. I've had the pleasure of speaking to this class in past classes. This program was established in 2012 with the goal of providing continuing education, professional development, and skills training to better prepare Job and Family Service employees for future leadership positions and aid the agency in succession planning. Over the course of that time, I've had the pleasure of noting many individuals from prior classes have in fact accepted promotions and moved to roles of more responsibility within the agencies. During the course of their work, topics discussed have included the structure of county government, the impact of policy, developing budgets, project management, as well as ethical leadership and interview skills. The participants also complete a group project, putting many of the lessons and techniques discussed to practical use for the benefit of the agency and improving their own professional brand and building their resume further. This group designed a community resource guide with up-to-date listings and contact information for a wide array of local human service agencies and nonprofits that provide services that are outside of the agency's scope. Again, this is the 6th group in this program. We're celebrating today their graduation. I would like to ask the participants to come up to the microphone, state their name, what area they currently work in the agency, and share a few words regarding what they've gained via their participation in this program.
Good morning. I'm John Irby. I've been in the county 2 years after relocating back here from Chicago after being in public sector for 25 years. I've pretty much enjoyed learning the program, getting a chance to understand how the county government works and budgets and different things that how the county operates. So it's been a real rewarding experience trying to learn how the county actually works.
Great, fantastic.
Thanks, Joe.
Good morning. My name is Tammy Jefferson. I've been with the agency for 2 years, almost 2 years now, and I came to the agency from local government in Virginia. Worked for 13 years there, and so I had an opportunity to learn a little bit more about the county government and how that worked. And this program is a great program. It has given me the knowledge and that I need to advance, I believe, within the agency, and I'm looking forward to the opportunities that will come as a result.
Great.
Good morning. My name is Shakita Mathis. I've been with Job and Family Services for almost 3 years. I'm in the workforce development area. I am a case manager under the sanctions unit, also represent the agency at state hearings weekly. With Emerging Leaders, it has given me more insight as to how the agency works, the different components. It's almost like a puzzle. One piece is tied to another piece. It's also given me a foundation because I feel that I am a leader, but we always have the opportunity to learn. And it's given me more insight as to what I can do to be a more effective leader as I strive to attain my goal of moving up within the agency.
Good morning. My name's Althea Latang. I've been with the agency for about 9 years. I currently am a case manager supervisor. More specifically, I manage a team of case managers who work at some of our satellite locations within Franklin County. We have caseworkers at a couple of our community hospitals here. Actually, one of our contracts is on the resolution for today. I joined Emerging Leaders to kind of echo what my teammates say, just to learn more about the government, how it works. I think it's really important as we are on the end of doing the eligibility component that we also understand what really goes into formulating the policy that we're able to administer these benefits to our consumers. So I really thoroughly enjoyed being a part of the Emerging Leaders group, and so much so that a couple of my teammates are actually going to be a part of the next group coming up. So I'm really excited for them as well. And I really enjoyed this program and meeting everyone and learning about government. So thank you.
Fantastic.
Hello, I'm Bill Mayerchak, a Programmer Analyst 5 at Job and Family Services. I work on automating systems, data collection, distribution, and organization, and enhancing the user experience. I expected more nuts and bolts of Job and Family Services out of this program, and it turned out to be more the theory of management. And I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Great.
Good morning. My name is Johnny Sinkfield. I'm a case manager at Franklin County Job and Family Services. I work in the intake unit. I've been with the agency over just about 3 years, coming in June. I joined the Emerging Leaders program because I was always taught as a little child and also in college and whatnot as he who wants to serve must first learn how to serve before they can lead. Within this program, we also learn what it looks like to be a leader at the top. We've learned about the budget, like Mr. Kent said. We also learned about a wider variety of things. And the main thing I took away from the program was what Ms. Bivens taught us in regards to your professional brand, how you go about developing that. I will always be thankful for being in a program. I thank you guys for having us. Thank you.
Thanks. Great.
Can we get a,
Yeah, we're
like to
gonna
get a
get a-
picture
we're gonna
with the
get a
emerging
photo
leaders
with
with the
everybody.
commissioners?
Yeah.
You guys want to come on up?
Again, congratulations, group, and thank you for your service to the residents of Franklin County.
Great. Wonderful people. Yay. Part of our team.
It's a great program. Director Trotman always did a great job with it, and it's really produced a lot of fantastic results within the agency. So, all right, so we will move on to the agenda then with the county engineer.
Resolution number 54-16, authorizing non-general fund supplemental appropriations for the motor vehicle and gas tax fund.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Dean Ringgold, County Engineer.
Cornell Robertson, Chief Deputy Engineer.
Commissioners, we had several construction projects and maintenance contracts in 2015 that were budgeted for, but were not expended of the funds that were allocated, and some of those are carrying over into 2016, so this is a supplemental appropriation to, reappropriate those into 2016 budget.
There look like there are a lot of emerging potholes out there right now.
Well, we're
Money.
trying to keep up with them, that's
Yeah,
right.
I bet. Move for passage of Resolution 54-16.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brooks?
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Aye.
Resolution number 54-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 55-16, pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 5543.06, setting Thursday, March 10th, 2016 at 6 p.m. at the Berwick Manor Restaurant for the annual meeting of the Franklin County Engineer between township and county authorities.
Commissioners, as you know, this is our annual meeting that set up in the revised code. As we have in past years, we are joining with the public health to have a joint meeting and a joint, because so many of the elected officials need to attend both meetings. So.
Great.
And the location is continuing at if it's not broke, don't fix it concept. So it's a good venue, and we're pleased to bring it back this year.
Good family-owned facility, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah. Move for passage of Resolution 5516.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brooks?
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Aye.
Resolution number 55-16 has been adopted.
I'll probably get in trouble for this, but I'm putting it in my calendar right now. Probably make a mistake, and my staff will yell
That's
at me.
Thursday,
I got
March
you.
10th.
I guess. All right.
Resolution number 56-16, authorizing the county engineer to submit an application and enter project agreements on behalf of Franklin County for the 2016 Scrap Tire Grant Program offered by the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency.
Good program.
Commissioners, this is a good program. We've participated in past years when it's been around, and it's back in 2016. We've had several successful applications where we've been able to use basically pulverized ground up tires, used tires, into the asphalt mix for our paving projects.
That's great. This is a great program. Move for passage of Resolution 5616.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brooks?
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Aye.
Resolution number 56-16 has been adopted.
Well, now we need to have a public hearing.
Yes.
Antoine, do you want to read the public hearing into the record?
Yes.
Simple.
Public hearing for plans approved for Riggins Road, Part 3-PS&E.
Commissioners, PS and E stand for Plans, Specifications, and Estimates. So this is what we are presenting for the Riggins Road section, which is the new road that is being designed and constructed between Avery Road and Wilcox Road. Part of it goes through the City of Columbus. Part goes through the City of Hilliard. This is the City of Columbus section that is being presented today.
All right, is there anyone here in the room that would like to speak on this project during the public hearing? And if there is no one, then we will close the public hearing, and if you could then read the resolution in the record.
Resolution number 57-16, plans approved for the improvement of Riggins Road, Part 3, City of Columbus, Franklin County, Ohio.
So Commissioners, as stated, this is a section that is going to be built between Avery Road and heading about halfway towards Wilcox Road to the eastern portion of the Columbus Corporation limits.
There's quite a bit of activity out in that area. There's an Amazon, one of the Amazon facilities is nearby. So what is the intent in these improvements? Will it be to facilitate residential housing so the workforce can be built there? Or is it intended to just facilitate the traffic and keep people safe?
Yeah, well, you could say it's for both, but predominantly it's part of the master plan that was presented many years ago for the pay-as-you-go concept for the whole northwest corridor. This particular east-west section of roadway will actually be relieving some of the congestion that's on the existing Hayden Run to the south of it right now. And so it's been planned for and designed to help relieve that.
It'll also straighten out the roadways out there. It's a little, I wouldn't say it's confusing, it's a little bizarre. It's
They're country
little
roads.
curving, yeah.
I'm out
They're
there
country roads.
quite a bit, and there's a couple of jogs and a left and a right, and it's not, there's nothing clear cut about this, and so this will straighten all that out and make it an easier traffic
It will. It puts, this new road, it basically puts itself between existing Hayden Run Road and then to the north, Tuttle Crossing Road. But this one extends, this one with the City of Columbus project to the west, which will be an overpass over the railroad, so it gives a clear and safe connectivity to the west also.
So have there been there have been public hearings already, and have people attended the public hearings?
Yeah, we've had this in the plans for several years now, and we've gone through public hearings. The City of Columbus has held zonings and hearings, and so has
Hilliard. Of
Hilliard.
course, some of that area's been annexed, right? It's been Washington Township been annexed by Hilliard or Columbus.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay, move for passage of Resolution 5716.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 57-16 has been adopted.
Thank
Thank you.
Resolution number 58-16, preliminary allocation, final encumbrance of county motor vehicle licensing tax, $5 funds for the city of Upper Arlington in amount of $290,000.
Commissioners, as stated, this resolution is for $5 funds for the city of Upper Arlington. They will utilize it to improve Tremont Road from Lane Avenue to Ridgeview Road. And Tremont is on the list of approved roadways for such funding.
That's good. Our first ring suburbs are starting to see that wear and tear, and this will help a little bit. So, move for passage of Resolution 5816.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 58-16 has been adopted.
Used to voting second, remember I was here.
Resolution number 59-16, report 22nd of the county engineer establishing the sum of compensation and damages for a property owner in the matter of the improvement of Hamilton Road in the amount of $24,200.
Commissioners, this resolution is for the capital improvement project in the northeast part of the county. It's along Hamilton Road from Clark State Road north to Johnstown Road. This is a coordinated project between Franklin County and Gahanna. This is the 22nd report for right-of-way acquisition. Originally, we were unable to reach an agreement with the property owner, so the prosecuting attorney initiated appropriations, and this is a settlement to resolve that acquisition.
So they had legal counsel involved?
Yes, ma'am.
Who?
It's Goldman and Braunstein.
Okay. Wow, and this is the 22nd report. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. That's unusual that we get that many.
That's a large
There's
project.
a lot of properties along that.
Yeah. Move for passage of Resolution 5916.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 59-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 60-16, report 23rd of county engineer establishing the sum of compensation and damages for a property owner in the matter of the improvement of Hamilton Road in the amount of $42,219.
Commissioners, this resolution is for the same capital improvement project in Gahanna. It is a very similar situation, involves one property owner. This is the 23rd report. We were unable to reach an agreement, and the prosecuting attorney initiated the appropriations. This property owner had the same legal counsel as Representative Goldman and Braunstein, and this resolves that acquisition.
So we're moving forward.
Yes,
Good.
ma'am.
Move for passage of Resolution 6016.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 60-16 has been adopted.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Gee.
All right, Job and Family Services. Thanks, Dean. Thanks, Cornell.
Resolution number 61-16, approving a contract for case management services between the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services and the City of Columbus Department of Recreation and Parks, Central Ohio Area Agency on Aging in the amount of $32,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Lance Porter, representing Job and Family Services. This resolution is for a part-time on-site case manager for the purpose of determining a customer's eligibility for various public assistance programs, as well as expediting the application process for Medicaid waivers. The amount requested covers the expense for half of a 6-month salary for a JFS case manager. And this program has been working rather well. This is one of 6 locations where they pay us to have a case manager on site to expedite the application process. Pending any questions, I'd ask for the approval of this resolution.
Is this our first year there or second?
Well, it's the second year. We started in 14, but it was just for a 6-month period. This is the first full year.
First full year, great. Move for passage of Resolution 6116.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 61-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now sanitary engineer. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Commissioners. Stephen Renner with the Department of Sanitary Engineering.
Resolution number 62-16, authorizing an application to the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency and the Ohio Water Development Authority Water Pollution Control Loan Fund for the design phase of the Oakhurst Knolls Wastewater Treatment Plant project in the amount of $296,057.50.
Good morning. Commissioners, this resolution asks your authority to apply for a water pollution loan control loan fund for Oakhurst Knolls plant for the design phase to rehabilitate that plant.
We've certainly seen in the national news how important water quality is, and it means safety for our children. So I hope we'll be successful with this, and we have a pretty good shot at this, do we not?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, the state's already earmarked the funds on their IPL for this, so that it's an intended project list is the IPL, and so we're definitely going to get it. This is a formality to actually apply for those funds.
That's
You
great.
know, we've obviously several times in the past done ODWA loans or OWDA loans. What was the recent one we did? Didn't we just do one?
For Century Acres. Yeah, we're trying to program a commissioner to look at all our infrastructure and revitalize them and either convert our wastewater facilities over to pump stations, which are actually better for the environment than you're pumping it somewhere else to a treatment center that's already available.
And it was an air quality loan that we did at the golf course out in Gahanna, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right.
Well, and I just think it's important that we never have a Flint, Michigan situation here, and we're pretty confident that we're in good shape.
Yes.
With our facilities.
Yes, Commissioner.
Yeah. Move for passage of Resolution 6216.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 62-16 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Economic development and planning.
Resolution number 63-16, working agreement between Franklin Soil and Water Conservation District and the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department in the amount of $40,000.
Matt, Jennifer.
Good morning, Commissioners. Matt Brown, Planning Administrator for the Economic Development and Planning Department. This resolution is to authorize a working agreement with the Franklin Soil and Water Conservation District to provide environmental review services to the Economic Development and Planning Department to help ensure that new development protects water quality. The Soil and Water Conservation District will be compensated $40,000 for the services, and the working agreement will be for 1 year through December 31st, 2016. And Jennifer Fish, the Director of the Soil and Water Conservation District, is here today.
Good morning, Jennifer.
Yes.
Hi, Jennifer.
Thank you. And I want to thank you once again for your support. Stormwater is very important to the county. It's something we work very hard not only to educate the developers and construction site folks about, but also the general public, to remind them that whatever we put on our land, our driveways, our sidewalks, our construction sites, when it rains, it washes down into our streams.
And that becomes part of our watershed, which becomes part of our water, our drinking water supply too.
Correct.
So you're kind of the other side of this coin that we're discussing this morning with Stephen Renner's earlier presentation, but now this really fits neatly within our whole program of protecting our water supply.
Yes.
So, and you've been very effective at it, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jennifer, you guys are working with the city of Columbus, correct, on the Clintonville rain garden?
We did assistance on helping with mapping on some of the subwatershed projects for that.
And ongoing as they do these over the course of the next 20 years
Right.
or so, you guys will
But
be-
we're primarily on the mapping end,
Sure.
so
Okay.
not on the implementation end.
Gotcha.
Their most incredible project is at Griggs Reservoir, and where there's a huge rain garden that was constructed with American Recovery Act funds, and it's been highly successful at controlling a whole lot of runoff coming from the Upper Arlington area,
Right.
correct?
Yes, and we're going to see more. It's really, the concept is with Clintonville Rain Gardens, which is an excellent project that we're proud to be part of, in Griggs Reservoir, and then also in unincorporated Franklin County, looking for all those opportunities to
Great.
keep the stormwater on the ground. If it doesn't leave the property, then it can't pollute our waterways, and it has a lot more benefits for groundwater and also stream health. So always looking for those opportunities. In Griggs Reservoir, if nobody's been there, is a huge rain garden system, which is a good example.
Up on 33.
That's
yeah.
very visible and easy
Plus-
to get to.
Plus a lot of pollinator opportunities, right, with the garden, the foliage there, the flora. Yeah,
Multiple benefits with the
multiple benefits, yep. Great, it's beautiful. Move for passage of Resolution 6316.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 63-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Homeland Security and Justice Programs.
Resolution number 64-16,
Hi, Melissa.
authorizing receipt of Franklin County's fiscal year 2015 Title II Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act Block and Planning Grant Awards in the amount of $120,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Melissa Pearson on behalf of the Homeland Security and Justice Programs. The Ohio Department of Youth Services has awarded an FY 2015 block and administrative award from the OJJDP Title II Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Grant Formula Grant. The block award in the amount of $110,000 does reflect a $10,000 increase over last year's award, so that's good news, and will be used to continue efforts to address disproportionate minority contact in the juvenile justice system. The administrative award in the amount of $10,000 will be used to offset management and grant costs from our office. At a later date, we're going to bring the actual subgrant awards before you for final approval. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval to accept this grant fund.
Melissa, one question I have, with the heroin epidemic that the Attorney General talks about all the time now, and you know, we all know that it's both here in Columbus as well as all parts of our state. Will any aspect of these grants be targeted to assist with that issue?
So the Title II funding, the formula or the funding plan is not final at this point. I will tell you, Commissioner, I don't foresee this funding, the $110,000 being allocated to address treatment. With that said, we have some other grant funding that we are going to be dedicating towards the heroin epidemic and addressing what's going on in our schools, in our prisons, in our jails. So you should see those awards before you in the next month or two.
And you mentioned treatment, but I would hope we'd also be interested in interdiction and prevention, most importantly.
All aspects.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is such a small pool of funding, trying to balance the needs of all youth across Franklin County. It's difficult.
I know. When I became a new commissioner, my gosh, this was probably up in the $5 million range. The cuts have been extraordinary.
They really have. The juvenile justice system has taken, in my opinion, the hardest hit.
Yeah. Well, maybe we need to do a little more about that, joining with the prosecutor and asking our Congress for some more funds. Yeah. Move for passage of Resolution 6416.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 64-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 65-16, appointing 3 members to the Homeland Security Advisory Committee.
Commissioners, as you know, our Homeland Security Advisory Committee serves as the area working group for Homeland Security planning purposes for the Columbus urban area. We have 3 new appointments before you today. The first is Mr. Steve Tinapple, and he will actually replace our outgoing vice chair who retired in 2015, Ms. Dee Dee Monaco. Mr. Steve Tinapple is her successor at Battelle and will continue on with HSAC as the representative of private industry and research. The 2 remaining appointments are actually new representation and disciplines. The first is Deputy Chief Mark Holcomb, who's been with the Whitehall Division of Police since 1990. We are asking him to be placed on HSAC to fill that void of the mid-sized law enforcement jurisdiction. We have small size represented and we have the larger jurisdictions represented, but we don't have mid-size. And the final is Dr. Ortiz, our coroner. We would like to see her appointed onto the HSAC as well. We've not had a coroner on HSAC, and it just seems to make a logical addition. Given the three appointments, expertise, length of time in the field, we think they will add significant value to the HSAC.
Yes, very good appointments. Move for passage of Resolution 6516.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 65-16 has been adopted.
Thanks, Commissioners.
Thank you.
On to public facilities management.
Resolution number 66-16, authorizing a settlement with Christine Davis for a claim for personal injuries suffered in a fall on property owned by the Franklin County Commissioners in the amount of $750.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Goodnow with Public Facilities Management. We're charged with managing and the property management of multiple properties that are owned by the Commissioners, including the Franklin County Community-Based Correction Facility on Alum Creek Drive. A visitor entering that facility suffered a trip and fall incident. It's a recommendation of the prosecuting attorney and our agency that it's in the best interest of the county to adopt this action, reimbursing this party for the cost of her medical treatment.
Okay. Well, he's not here, had to step out, but he did make the recommendation to approve this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Move for passage of Resolution 6616.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 66-16 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Human Resources. Jim, hello, Rob.
Resolution number 67-16, approving personnel actions.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Rob Young, representing Human Resources. Have the following personnel actions this week. Department of Animal Care and Control, 2 new hires. Department of Job and Family Services, 4 new hires, 1 promotion, 1 name change, 4 resignations. Office on Aging, 1 return from military duty and lateral class change, 1 name change and 2 resignations. And Public Facilities Management, 1 new hire. Pending any questions, I request approval of the resolution.
Right, great to see. So Tracy Hettinger has returned from her duty.
Yes,
Fantastic.
Commissioner. Yep.
Great. Move for passage of Resolution 6716.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 67-16 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Oh, sorry, purchasing. I was just watching.
Resolution.
I apologize, Carl. I was just admiring your gait coming up. You're looking better, getting along better, and I forgot to announce you. So sorry. Purchasing
That's
department.
all right.
Resolution number 68-16, approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in amount of $5,212,855.34.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carl Cuthbert, representing the Purchasing Department. Commissioners, like the previous 3 weeks, these purchase orders are also new purchase orders to encumber funds to pay for the agency's goods and services needed for this fiscal year. The resolution before you requests your approval of 322 purchase orders. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as availability funds by the county auditor. Pending any questions, we recommend their approval.
Move for passage of Resolution 6816.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 68-16 has been adopted.
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 69-16, authorizing a consultant agreement with Ice Miller in an amount not to exceed $280,000 for legal and consulting services in an amount of $280,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget. This resolution is the annual contract for outside legal services from Ice Miller in various labor relation matters, collective bargaining, and workers' comp negotiations. The hourly rate is the same, as well as the amount is what the original amount was in last year's contract. Pending any questions, would ask your approval of this resolution.
And I believe this is substantially Robert Wiseman, who's represented us for many, many years.
That is correct.
Clients retain lawyers. So, okay. Move for passage of Resolution 6916.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 69-16 has been adopted.
Antoine, do we have any journalizations?
Yes. From Commissioner O'Grady, regarding notice from Commissioner O'Grady authorizing Eric Janis as alternate designee to the Franklin County Emergency Management Agency. Authorizing Eric Janis as alternate designee to the Franklin County Investment Advisory Board. Authorizing Adam Lukehop and Zachary Telerik as alternate designee to the Franklin County Data Board. Authorizing Lauren Rummel as alternate designee to the Franklin County Family and Children First Council. Authorizing Antoine Booker and Lauren Rummel as alternate designees to the Franklin County Microfilming Board. Authorizing Eric Janis as alternate designee to the Solid Waste Authority of Central Ohio. Authorizing Chris Long, Rob Bishotti, Jamie Riley, Lauren Rummel, and Annie Reisner as alternate designees to the Board of Revision.
Okay, is that it?
That's it.
All right, thank you. We are adjourned until next week.